Gen 4 competitive tier list for Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. If you enjoy the video, or if it helps out in any way, don't forget to leave a like, share with your friends, and definitely comment your thoughts down below, because we are pretty early in Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. The meta's going to be crazy for a bit. Maybe some history comes into play. There's no platinum move tuners, so it's going to be kind of weird, kind of crazy, and that's why we just kind of need to get into the list. So starting off with Torterra, and it's already difficult. You know, is Torterra just useless D tier Pokemon? Is it C tier because it can maybe kind of do something sometimes? Or is it like the bottom of B tier? I'm going to put it in C tier to start, and we're just going to kind of go from there. Same thing for like Empoleon. Torterra and Empoleon not really known for being that crazy of competitive Pokemon. In my moveset guides, people started talking about the agility. Maybe, because, like, yeah, Agility Hydro Cannon is going to be nasty on any Pokemon. I don't know the starters that can, like, Agility Hydro Cannon on over 110 special attack. So maybe that does put Empoleon on, like, some kind of niche where it ends up being a sweeper. I also like the idea of using its typing to, like, just kind of build around that Empoleon or augment the Empoleon to where it's, like, it can easily switch into, like, half the opponent's team and then threaten doing 50% or more damage on even, like, an opponent switch in. Like, a neutral hit from the Empoleon is going to be nasty. Then we also just have, like, yeah, Torterra can set up, like, Curse Amnesia. What if, though? And then it just wins. Or also, what if there's just too many, like, flying and ice-type Pokemon or something, and even fire-type. So it's, like, too many weaknesses and just not enough, like, chance to succeed. However, Infernape is A tier, at least. Like, it beats out Skarmbliss. It has a lot of different movesets. It has a lot of different setup. Now, there's quite a few Pokemon that can wall it. And I'm trying to, like, think there's also, like, a lot of flying-type Pokemon as well. So, Infernape will destroy anything that is under 108 speed is kind of the idea. Unless, like, a dedicated physical anti-Infernape Pokemon. But unless the team, like, the opponent is just considering Infernape inside of their team building as, like, a heavy consideration, yeah, Infernape is just going to start running away with things. But Scarf, a lot of Pokemon just running the Scarf. Also, a lot of natural outspeed, just find the Infernape and destroy it. Like, Starmie is 110 speed. And a water type into a fire type. So it's not an infallible Pokemon, but it can also just be the reason why you lose. Like, well, couldn't do anything about the Infernape. That's 3 of my Pokemon gone, GG. So we're going to see how Infernape develops. Some interesting, like, Infernape team compositions. Or maybe it's just a splashable Pokemon, kind of like Greninja, but with higher carry potential than the Greninja because of its base power on the moves it uses. Like, alright, close combat, overheat. Dang, that's just power right there. Next up, we have the Starraptor. That's gonna be an interesting one. Because I think a lot of the meta, this is why I love Gen 4 so much. Like, the meta isn't as hard stuck as, like, oh, just bring, like, Gen 5 legendaries and then, like, you know, some new overtuned Gen 6 plus Pokemon gonna go and win the game. Like, it's pretty much... It feels like this might be like Pokemon Sword and Shield, and that the meta is going to change every week, and that, oh, this became popular, and then you have to play against it, but now that that's the new popular thing, you got to pick another thing to play against it. So I think there's going to be a lot of rotations for, like, yeah, maybe this Pokemon's going to be good, maybe it's not. Like, Starraptor comes in on Choice Scarf, Reckless, Brave Bird. It's just too much damage, and if there's a lot of things that just don't resist the flying in the meta, Starraptor just wins the game. Now, I do have Pokemon Showdown open in another tab, but it's not to, like, build out a moveset because we'll just be doing videos on that. Also, comment down below which Pokemon you want to see movesets on. I guess a lot of people are going to say Starraptor now. The idea being that's not really the most useful thing, I guess is a good way of putting it. It's not the most useful thing, just kind of go in Pokedex order when you have a new game like this, where it's like, yeah, Starraptor is a pretty desired competitive Pokemon, but happens when we start running into other Pokemon, like the Kricketune. Like, Kricketune gonna halt. I feel like there's more important Pokemon than Lux Ray to, like, start talking about competitively, and so on, especially in Gen 4, when, like, you get down here, you start having, like, the competitive evolutions of existing Pokemon that gets pretty nasty. So, yeah, it's gonna be kind of weird. Still early on Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, need to find footing a little bit, but I want to bring up, like, Showdown, because it's like, yo, Starraptor's got a 100 base speed and a 120 attack, and Reckless didn't exist in Gen 4, and Starraptor was a good Gen 4 Pokemon. Like, even on that 100 speed, I feel like you might need Scarf because, like, just Giga, Anti-Infernape, but normal flying means you can't switch into a close combat, so more of just, like, a revenge Pokemon, but nothing really wants to switch into Starraptor's Brave Bird either, so the Reckless Scarf gonna be crazy. We're just also going to see, like, how the Starraptor develops. But overall, like, you just look at it, people forgot what this Pokemon can do because of that power creep in modern generations, and now it's going to be back. So that's going to make things pretty fun. That's why I'm like, okay, at least B tier probably sneaks into A tier because of power. B-Barrel, I'm giving B because simple, like, no, wait. Yeah, it's got the simple setup. It's Bidoof that has the moody shenanigans. This is why I mean, like, okay, just to double check on things. Yeah, we got the simple, and then, like, simple setup, like, yo, what happens when this happens? It's getting +2 attack, +2 defense in a turn. Not the greatest stats. Like, that's why I was like, wait, yeah, that's the thing about B-Barrel. Like, you get blown up. Like, 60 defense, 60 special defense, 79 hit points. You're on the same frailty as Gengar and Jolteon. Like, slightly tankier. Now, full investment does lead to some weird stuff, but if you get a turn on this Pokemon. Also, guess what else it's got? Amnesia. It's a Curse Amnesia, technically Rest, Chesto, Resto, and then whatever move, Crunch, boom. It's like, so it sets up like all the other Curse Amnesia or Stockpile something Pokemon, but it takes off. And also technically like Calm Mind, etc., like Calm Mind, Iron Defense Pokemon, but it takes off so fast that it reaches the breakpoints of like 2-hit KOing while being unkillable faster than any other Pokemon. So yeah, if it gets its in, it just needs a little bit of time. Less time than the others to catch up, and then just takes away with the battle. So it'd be funny to see like simple B-Barrel come in, just win the game, something like that. Kricketune, I'm pretty sure is D tier. I haven't really looked at it. I don't care to look at it really quick. Like, I just want a little bit of first impressions, because that's what makes the tier list more fun. It's like, oh, snap, someone actually discovered something on Kricketune and C+. Going from D to C+ is a major tier jump. Like, that's slight viability. D is like it's pretty much unviable, niche, viable, strong, incredible. Like, you know, something like that. Gonna be another thing on, like, the Lux Ray. Like, everyone wants Lux Ray to be a B tier Pokemon. But is it actually a B tier Pokemon? Because, like, in Gen 4, I don't remember it getting played a lot. Like, it got some play because there weren't really too many options. And what does modern Pokemon do to the Lux Ray? I feel like modern Pokemon does more harm to the Lux Ray than good, because all these other Pokemon are coming in with, like, hidden abilities and updated movesets, and some have even had, like, stat changes in Gen 6 and 7 or something. And then Lux Ray, I feel is forgotten, but maybe there's something being slept on. I know there's a lot of people that like Lux Ray in my audience, which is why they're probably going to be very offended by this. Go and prove me wrong, but unfortunately you can't because there's no battle replays for Fan Fridays. But, like, yeah, maybe we'll see what happens. But also, it comes down to what is in the meta. I feel like just, what does Electric do that a lot of other things don't offer? Or, like, why pick Lux Ray when Rotom exists? Lux Ray's going to, like, 2-hit KO most things. Rotom 2-hit KOs a lot of things, and is just tankier with, like, extra typing shenanigans. I don't know. Maybe B tier. But Lux Ray has never been a Pokemon that fills me with crazy amounts of hope. Roserade. Potential A tier Pokemon, but no hidden power, just tells me like B tier sweeper, high B tier sweeper, something like that. So I think that's kind of a fair assessment. Rampardos. For some reason I remember a lot of Rampardos. Like, Scarf Rampardos is in one of those tiers where it's like, yeah, what can you do about it? But also doesn't get a lot of play. And then we also look at the other fossil Pokemon like Bastiodon. If this thing wasn't 4 times weak to ground, you have just an A tier tank Pokemon. But it is, so really anything, like, every team's going to bully the Bastiodon before it gets a chance to succeed as a tank. Rampardos might be, like, very scary. I remember this thing, like, having its pop-off moments. But I think there's also, like, a reliability on the tier list, where it's like, yeah, B-tier Pokemon are just less reliable A-tier Pokemon, but A-tier Pokemon are just always going to be strong, kind of idea. Wormadom. I know this one gets, like, Fissure. So it's like, Fissure cheese, set up, let's go, double team Fissure, Battle Tower, set. And then all the other ones are trash. Literal trash right here. Maybe not, but yeah, like, I think there's some fun here. Like, I don't think Wormadom is as useless as a Kricketune, but it's still not that great of a Pokemon. So we're just having fun now. Mothim, I'm pretty sure Mothim's D tier unless Quiver Dance. And then you gotta start wondering, like, what other Pokemon can Quiver Dance in Gen 4 besides all the other, like, generational bugs, and how those stats. So does Quiver Dance on a 94 special attack. Yeah, like, Focus Sash, Quiver Dance. I feel like the attack is a wasted stat. 66 speed, nah, it's trash. Like, that you can't do anything with it. Like, why run? This is why we've never seen Mothim do a thing in like Gen 7, or just like randomly be Quiver Dance cheese. I'm pretty sure like even Venomoth is like a much stronger Quiver Dance Pokemon. Yeah, Venomoth's got the 90 speed, pretty much same special attack, and probably better stuff going for it. What is the Mothim ability? Swarm Tinted Lens. Nah. Like, somehow D-tier Quiver Dance, but I think that makes a lot of sense. Mostly comparing it among just, like, Gen 4 Pokemon. Like, how does it stack up for the Gen 4 tier list? So, like, comparing it to other generations, but at the same time, like, it is Brilliant Diamond, Shine, Pearl. Probably gonna talk about Gen 3, 2, 1, depending on how things go, and moveset updates, and other weirdness, and how this video is received, which is why you like, comment, subscribe, share, notification bell, all that YouTube shilling stuff. But it's, like, even for, like, this, like, yeah, Mothim, I don't even, like, I would rather have any other setup Pokemon than a Mothim on first impression, so there we go. Vespiquen, didn't they get rid of the order on it? So Vespiquen doesn't have... Oh, that's the item. Yeah, let's find heal order. Like, it loses heal order because that's unplayable. Like, defend order, heal order was actually, like, viable. But I don't see how that does anything. Pachurisu. In doubles, it's not even, like, people could be like, it won Worlds! S tier! Not even in doubles, it's an S tier Pokemon. I wouldn't even say it's an A tier Pokemon doubles. Like, B tier in doubles, maybe just straight unplayable in singles, unless, like, you just come in and use it as some kind of, like, weird switch fodder to just go status. But at that point, I feel like support Lux Ray might even be better. So like 80, 79, 79. Yeah, like 60, 70, 90. If Luxray had Follow Me, I think it actually makes for a better world champion. So yeah, Pachurisu is just D tier. Floatzel, I'm gonna say C tier because I feel like don't use Swords Dance, something, maybe Rain Team, even singles, and then something damage but good speed, maybe good offenses, funny if B tier, but pretty much the water type Luxray, which makes sense for storyline. Same thing on Cherrim. Like, Cherrim is effectively the grass type Luxray in the way that you can actually get Sunny Day Chlorophyll sweeping going, but that's a lot of dedication when there's just more reliable Pokemon throughout the game and the meta and stuff. Where are we at? Gastrodon. Putting Gastrodon S tier. What can you do about it? It's only weak to grass. There are going to be, like, some strong grass Pokemon. Like, yeah, Roserade comes in, the game's over. Not going to be a lot of Torterra, I don't feel. And looking at some of the other Pokemon, just, like, in Gen 5, not Gen 5, Gen 4, there's not a lot of just threatening grass types. And even if we start, like, falling back into other generations, like, Venusaur is kinda it, but even then, like, Venusaur isn't an offensive threat, so it's like, okay, just switch out Gastrodon, reset, and then go into a Pokemon that isn't going to be scared by the Venusaur, because a bulky Giga Drain, not the scariest thing that could happen. So, but other than that, it's like, yeah, Gastrodon can just set up, and then be the most annoying Pokemon ever, while also just having, like, super reliability. Maybe A+ tier. Like, we'll have to see what happens when we start getting into S tier Pokemon, if there's a lot of them in Generation 4. But, yeah, like, Gastrodon is one of the stronger Pokemon in it. Same thing for, like, Ambipom. Now, Ambipom loses Elemental Punches. So, really, Ambipom only exists to fake out Last Resort. But another way you can tell if a Pokemon's going to be good in Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl is if it holds up in Modern Meta. And, like, Gen 6, Gen 7, Ambipom with Fake Out Last Resort was very viable. Like, you go Fake Out Last Resort, Life Orb, that's a KO. And then Ambipom's fast, so it just KOs the next thing. And until they have a Ghost-type Pokemon, Ambipom is like a 2-for-1 Pokemon pretty reliably, or just shuts down some Pokemon that wants to sweep. So, really cool, and you can really use it for like those big momentum swings and revenge situations. After that, we have Drifblim. Yeah, you can't change my mind. Drifblim is S tier Pokemon. It has Minimize Baton Pass. Minimize Baton Pass. Like, and then Stockpile. And now it has Strength Sap. Drifblim is S+ tier. Strength Sap. Minimize Baton Pass, Stockpile. Like, any Pokemon you bring in is now unkillable, and Drifloon sets up better with less threats because this isn't generation creep. My favorite Pokemon, my boy. Well, is it my favorite Gen 4? Because I'm just like, might be now. We're gonna see, because this was like the core of my team back in the day, and now it's just better. So that's gonna be pretty awesome. Lopunny, no Mega. What happens? Is it just C tier? Like, can it maybe Cosmic Power once? Does it have anything else it can do? I don't know. Why is Mega here in the tier list? I guess this is just not... Well, I mean, I know it's not Brilliant Diamond Shine Pearl, but yeah, it's like Gen 4 tier list. Yeah, I should just put this here and mess with people, because people like skipping on tier list, and someone is going to piss themselves because they just haven't been paying attention. After that, we have Miss Magus. It's fast. It's like a B tier Gengar, if Gengar is A tier, and I don't know because of Levitate removal. But yeah, it's just one of those Pokemon where it comes in, it's fast. Pretty sure Miss Magus is fast and has enough damage. Yeah, 105 is fast. It doesn't respond to the Infernape well. I love that stat breakdown. Triple 60, triple 105. Like, that's cute. That's interesting. That's kind of nice. It has some special tanking in it. Maybe it survives some kind of weird special matchup and then hits like a double stab Shadow Ball and gets a KO, or maybe has some super effective thing. Like, it's got an Energy Ball. It beats up on some Pokemon. So yeah, maybe it is low B tier. Maybe just from virtue of being a 105 special attack, 105 speed, and Gen 4. Solid enough. Honchkrow. So luck mechanics have changed, and Honchkrow kind of slapped back in the day. And now it's like easier with that super luck just to have guaranteed crits. Is there enough stats in the guaranteed crits? Probably. Maybe it becomes a staple Pokemon because of all the setup. Like, you don't want Hippowdon getting like any kind of stats. You don't want a curse Pokemon running away with the battle. And if you just get Honchkrow in there threatening just anti setup, yeah, also could just straight taunt you. So maybe Honchkrow is actually A tier. I believe it. Let me have my prediction, boys. Like, that's the prediction Pokemon. That, like, Honchkrow actually is crazy. Purugly, fast Pokemon. Like, I want to see Fake Out Purugly do something. Maybe B tier, probably B tier, hopefully B tier. That's if it has an attack stat. I feel like Purugly, like, I don't want to crutch too hard on the Pokemon Showdown. So I'm like, I know most of these Pokemon roughly. I thought Purugly had like the 95 attack, not A2. Maybe C tier because of that. But like 112 speed, and it has Fake Out. Like, there's gotta be a combo here where it's like, yo, Fake Out. You gotta have Jolly with that 112. You can't not. And then, do you beat up Starmie? You got Play Rough now, so you anti-Dragon? Like, I don't see the world, like, especially multi-scale, like, I don't see the world where Play Rough actually threatens a Dragonite too hard. Can't be confused. Defiant? I don't know. I gotta say B tier on just the amount of shenanigans it maybe has. Like, so not, like, where's the Fake Out? Play Rough. Sucker Punch. No, like, the biggest problem, though, is that we don't have any return. I'm guessing, like, no Swords Dance or something. Psych Up Shenanigans. Like, I think there just might be something weird here on that speed. Unfortunately, we had the nerf to Swagger. So, like, imagine if this thing just outspeeds you, Swagger, you half-shot yourself. Like, yeah, Fake Out, Swagger, just on the outspeeds, and then you just kind of do whatever from there. Seems like Pokemon that, like, normal Pokemon just get access to the Thunder Wave, does it? No, it doesn't. Okay. I don't know then. I'm just thinking about like a Battle Tower moveset. Maybe then like Body Slam? Get some paralysis in their chance? Like, Fake Out, Play Rough, survive a hit, Sucker Punch. Maybe. I don't know. If you're so fast, maybe you don't need the Sucker Punch, but also other Pokemon are still gonna be faster than you, like Scarf and whatnot. Like, there might be something there. I'm gonna say B tier. I'm gonna say low B tier on the Purugly. After that, we got Stunktang. I don't even care. I don't want this Pokemon to be good. It's stupid Pokemon. Stupid. Bronzong, it used to exist and probably has like doubles, Trick Room shenanigans. We're not talking about doubles here. It used to exist as a Pokemon, but then the Steel nerf to where Dark type just doesn't matter. Like, Bronzong went from a nuts Pokemon to not even, like to surprisingly bad. So we got that going on. Spiritomb. Fairies. Like, I was about to say, like, no fairy types, B tier. Fairy type Splash, C tier. I'm, like, double checking C tier. Let's just move you here. Maybe you're just completely useless. Even though, like, Dark Poison, probably just good enough on the type. Wait. Yeah, that's just straight up Dark Poison, right? Poison Dark. Close enough. So, you look at it, it's like, that's just a strong enough typing to where it's hard to do things to. And Stab, Sucker Punch is always good. Fine. You're C tier. After that, we have Chatot. Yeah, I gotta make sure I'm not, like, skipping over any, like, single Pokemon. Like, Chatter is always fun. Boomburst should still exist on the Chatot. Like, what weird moveset thing screws over the Chatot? But not really. And I think the thing about Chatter, it has the 100% chance to confuse. The confusion nerf sucks. The stats were always not great on it. It's mostly just you Scarf Boomburst. Or is there an agility? Like, you go agility Sash and then Prey? Like, actually, with the agility Sash, you go Modest, and I don't know what the damage calcs look like on a 140 base power stab move. Big Pecs, Tangled Feet, Keen Eye, I mean, it would have been so much nicer with, like, Scrappy ability, but still, like, there's some here. And then Chatter, 100% chance confused, but then a 1 in 3 chance they hit themselves instead of the 1 in 2. Maybe has some, like, neat stuff. This is singles, but I'm like, yo, what about doubles where you go, like, Thunderwave Chatter? That'd be kind of cute. Maybe B tier just because, like, that can still hurt. Then we have Garchomp. Garchomp's always been, like, an overrated Pokemon. I know that sometimes people like to, like, go in order on the tier list. This really isn't in order, which is why I was like, I don't like Rampardos here. That's just bad for optics. Rampardos being worse than B-Barrel. Like, that seems like kind of an accurate B tier. Garchomp's always been, like, super overrated. It's just solid Pokemon, but it doesn't have any tricks. Like, Garchomp hits the field, after its first move, you pretty much know exactly what it is, and it has to be a Scarf Chomp, or else it just gets outsped and just ruined by any kind of sweeper Pokemon. But Scarf Chomp, it gets locked in and also loses a lot of damage, especially if it's not scarfed into an Earthquake. And eventually, like, the Outrage is just bad now. Like, that's the thing, like, Fairy-type Pokemon make Garchomp pretty bad. But even before then, Garchomp was always overrated. Like, Garchomp was never bannable in Gen 4, which is why I was just like, all Smogon had to do was not ban Garchomp, and then we have a different, like, just complete projection for my career path and maybe my life. Because I just saw that, I was like, wow, these kids are stupid, and they suck at Pokemon, and they're just free wins. I don't even like Garchomp. I never even played Garchomp. I didn't need Garchomp as a crutch, because I knew it wasn't a good Pokemon. I saw Garchomp as a free win because I just go full defense Snorlax and set up on it. So, with all these things breaking down, I was just like, man, why are these babies getting all the attention for competitive when you should just be playing the official rules, and adapting those rules to single takes like 5 IQ, and apparently you can't even find that in the Pokemon community, even back in Gen 4, in 2007, 2008, 13 years ago. So that's what I mean, like, that was all from the Garchomp stuff. But even then, like, back in those days, if I saw Garchomp, I was licking my lips. I'm like, free win. This kid doesn't know what they're doing, and they think they're playing the Pokemon's band or something. So we got that. Snorlax, S tier, but we don't have Snorlax yet. Lucario is gonna be the interesting one. Is Lucario A tier now? One thing I forgot about in my video when I was talking about the Lucario moveset is that it does have the immunity to Intimidate, and with Gyarados, like, Gyarados is S tier. So, with all that, there's gonna be, like, a lot of physical hate out there, and that just makes some Pokemon struggle even more, like the Garchomp. Like, that's another thing about Gyarados. Like, Gyarados just free switches into the Scarf Chomp, and then wins the game. Because Garchomp is forced out, Gyarados gets a Dragon Dance, and then you win the game. I think I played Gyarados maybe, like, 5 times in Gen 4. But, there's things like that can happen. Lucario doesn't have to worry about that. Comes in a lot of different flavors, and might just slap people. But it's not a 108 speed like the Infernape. So that's why it's like lower. Like, I think Infernape is just better Lucario in most situations until someone proves me wrong in the comments section. But after that's like, yeah, strong, but also not super common. But something, I don't know. Yeah, like, so that's where we are on the Lucario. Hippowdon, S tier, because it holds up in Gen 8. Like, Hippowdon's one of the best Pokemon I used in Pokemon Sword and Shield, and it exists in a Gen 4 meta. I don't think anything's going to be able to do anything to it. And if you, like, that's the thing. The only way you stop Hippowdon is with Taunt, and if you bring Taunt, you're weakening your team to any other balanced team. So, it's a gamble. It depends on how popular Hippowdon gets. And that's the thing about Pokemon Sword and Shield. Like, Pokemon Sword and Shield, setup meta, or not setup meta, setup tanks were just like giga strong in the first 2 seasons. Then like season 3, everyone ran double taunt in Battle Stadium. Like 3v3 had 2 taunts because people just could not deal with the setup anymore. So we're gonna see how that happens. But like, yeah, that's with Dynamax. Hippowdon surviving Dynamax. What are they gonna do now when the average base stats go down by like 20? That's my fun thought. Oh, yo, that would actually probably be something to do. Like, that would take so much work and way too much math. And I don't think anyone has done it before. And it would mostly be a thankless job. But, like, the average base stats of all the generations added together, it's like Gen 1 base stats compared to Gen 1 plus 2, compared to all the gens and stuff. I want, like, that way you could measure power creep in a kind of interesting way. But only, like, fully evolved Pokemon. And then we'll see. Always B tier, I feel. Always B tier. Right? Drapion's always B tier. I think, Toxicroak's C tier, though. I don't care that at One Worlds. That team was kind of mid. No one was just ready for Rain Dance, and only, like, 20 people were able to enter, because, like, the format was jank. So, yeah, that's still an interesting idea, and also that was doubles and it's a singles list. And I've seen this Pokemon pop up because, like, it does have priority. Like, comes in, like, Fake Out, Sucker Punch, and then has, like, interesting Dual Stab. And other shenanigans, like Dry Skin means it gets to switch into water and cover one of your Pokemon. It's like, what happens if you have just, like, a singles team with Hippowdon and Toxicroak in there? Funny things happen. Or other Pokemon are just really weak to the water. So now we gotta, like, start scrolling down because there's no place to put all the unevolved Pokemon. Carnivine's D tier. Lumineon's probably D tier, but doesn't have Tail Glow, so maybe, like, does it Swift Swim Tail Glow? Does not. Okay. Why did I think that? Either way, I know it has Swift Swim, so, like, there's something it can do. 91, nah, never mind. 69 special attack. Nice. What, like, because I was thinking, like, okay, you go Modest, you set your own Rain Dance, and then you do 0 damage. And you need a Focus Sash almost, unless, like, some weird stuff happens. Okay, it's D tier. I was like, is there something I'm forgetting about Lumineon? Is it, like, secretly a decent fish Pokemon? Nah, not even close. Mantike evolves in Mantine until no Eviolite, so, like, we don't have extra shenanigans there. Abomasnow, like, C tier, because bringing Hail for a team is nice. And now we don't have a Alolan Ninetales, so I don't know. Weavile, probably A tier. Magnezone, probably strong B tier. I was never, like, worried about this Pokemon too much. Body Press exists, though, and, like, Anti-Blissey. It's kind of like, nah, but when Infernape exists to, like, cover Skarnbliss. Oh, but that's also Magnet Pulse. Did Magnezone keep the Body Press, though? Because that was Tutor. Did not. B tier. And it goes from, like, potential high B tier to just, like, B tier. That's weird. The introduction and then just, like, stripping of Body Press. That's what made this Pokemon scary. Because, like, then, yeah, you can't even respond to it with a Blissey. Lickilicky. It's got Belly Drum. But it's also got Belly Drum. Like, hard to use, but tanky, but stockpile. Like, Lickilicky's fancy, but again, there's just, like, better Pokemon. And there's also just easier to use Pokemon. Rhyperior. I want to give Rhyperior that A tier because like it's just so bulky. It just tanks every hit, and then it one-shots you in return. And there's not a lot you can do about it. Yeah, Rhyperior just holds it down, yo. That's why I mean, like, Rhyperior plus Water Absorb starts getting into some really nasty composition, and I think Rhyperior has a couple other cool things it wants to do. So we got that, Tangrowth, better C tier, Dusknoir, C tier, Dusclops, actually Dusknoir B tier, because it can do things. Like, you kind of play it like Eviolite Dusclops in Gen 4, and it has the effective stats of an Eviolite Dusclops, because, again, the average base stats are so low. So we got that. Electivire, I think, is B tier. Magmortar, maybe B tier. One of my friends was, like, hard theory crafting the Magmortar back in the original Gen 4. He'd come over to my house after school and be like, yo, I've been messing with this Pokemon. And then he'd keep throwing it at me. I don't think it succeeded, but if he believed in it back then, maybe there's something to believe in today. This one's for you, Esteban. Then we have Togekiss, S tier. Can't Stop Scarf Kiss. Even Paraflinch. Paraflinch sends a shiver down your spine to this day. And now it's better because it's a Fairy-type Pokemon. Like, the Garchomp Togekiss matchup is already more nasty. Yanmega, ooh. We see it, though. Like, you get that Protect, and now you have the best, like, special Bug Sweeper in the game. Okay, we also need to talk about evolution. Yeah, like, here's a preview of what to expect, and then we're just gonna be pulling random Pokemon up. It might be more fun, though, where it's like, what's next? Boom. Even though I don't think that. I think C tier Leafeon does have some Sunny Day shenanigans. It's like, if you do set up, like, a Sacrifice Sunny Day Pokemon, and then you Chlorophyll Sweep, maybe. Glaceon's just a crazy special attacker, though. If you don't one-shot it, that Specs Blizzard is going to wreck. Or Specs Ice Beam, or Hail Team synergy. But then you're building a lot of fire weakness in your team. Singles Hail, we saw what I did to that back at MetroCon, so Glasgow is definitely S tier, though. Like, another Pokemon that just will live in infamy forever and completely ruin most people's games. Mamoswine, a lot of people probably consider it A tier. I see it as free setup, B tier. And also it depends on like how hard you throw away the Mamoswine. If you use it for Stealth Rocks, again, you're just throwing away the game. So proper play, maybe A tier. Average play, like C tier. Averaged into B tier. I don't know. Porygon Z, that's an A tier Pokemon. You just Scarf with whatever flavor of move you want to use, and then you're hitting something super for a KO. So, fun Pokemon, very fun Pokemon. Gallade. Where do we put the Gallade? It's, like, slow. And never really, like... That's what I mean, like, why play Gallade when Infernape exists? There's probably people in the comments already typing at why you play Gallade when Infernape exists, but I don't see a reason why you play Gallade when Infernape exists. Even Mega didn't save the Gallade. Probopass, bad. We haven't put a Pokemon in D tier for a while. What Pokemon has belonged in D tier? Because, like, again, with C tier, I see potential. Like, this Pokemon has to be slightly gets one thing done every once in a while. Probably not Probopass, though. Base Rotom is D tier. Frostlass is personally A tier, but the stats are so bad that it's a B tier. But, again, when you have that speed and that coverage and ice, gonna work. That was the thing about Frostlass for me. It's like you use it to outspeed and then trade with Destiny Bond Focus Sash. And back in the day, people didn't really respect or understand the Destiny Bond enough, so you could get a lot of like just inting into it. But also with the mind games, like if they go for a status move and then you just hit them for a 2-hit KO threat on a Frostlass, like then you still have like Destiny Bond shenanigans. It's like Frostlass is a 1-for-1. Like, it will find a way to 1-for-1, and if it finds super effective hits or a late game cleanup, it's getting more than 1-for-1. But at the same time, that 80 special attack will just be like, oh, I hit him super with like Thunderbolt, and he didn't get KO'd, especially with all the bulky water out there. I bet you there's like a lot of even like bulky ground where it's like, I hit him with a super ice beam, and he didn't die because I'm 80 special attack. Why didn't they buff Frostlass? Like, come on, you can give it something weird like a 102 special. That'd be cute. That'd be cool. After that, we got Rotom forms. So, I mean, like, is that never not going to be S tier, especially pre-Gen 5, when it's lived for so long? Never been a big fan of the Overheat Rotom, but I have to acknowledge it's strong. Then, like, the other forms, this is A tier in my heart, because you go Thunder Wave, Confuse Ray, Air Slash, and then like Leaf Rotom. Yeah, I think that's how all the Rotom forms break down. It's got, I was about to say nasty plot, but I wouldn't really worry about that too much. I want to see Tank Rotom. Let's go. Double Team, Air Slash, Confuse Ray, Thunder Wave, in Gen 4. Oh, why didn't I run that? That makes me sad. Let's see what else we got. Lake Spirit. So like C tier, A tier, I think is how that goes. That just sounds like exactly how it goes. And then Pokemon left. We don't do restricted Pokemon, so like legendary Pokemon don't count. Not restricted, restricteds, mythicals, and then Cresselia. Cresselia is probably S tier. Heatran, I've always considered B tier, especially without hidden power. Like, no hidden power, how is Heatran gonna do ice shenanigans? After that, it just seems kind of like a free pickup. Because it's pretty much like the special Garchomp in that way. It's where it's very predictable. You know what it's going to do. You can probably outplay it. You can probably just... You just find a way to beat Heatran in most situations fairly trivially. So that's the thing. Regigigas, it's got Protect now. I want to see it. I want to see the Regigigas Protect. I want to see it win hard games. Maybe it doesn't, but maybe it does, but maybe it doesn't, but maybe it does. We already called Honchkrow A tier. But when you have stats like this, I think it comes down to moveset. Does it have Drain Punch access? Because there's no tutors. Like, that's why I feel like you want to do weird stuff. Oh, it does have Drain Punch. No Power-Up Punch. I'm like, you want to kind of like Power-Up Punch, Drain Punch, Protect. And then have other kind of thing. Like, what do you do with... Like, you can't call a Pokemon with these stats... Even on the slow start for 2 turns, B tier. Yeah, sure. I think that's it. Alright, guys. Gonna see how it goes. This is like, again, like 80% Gen 4 in a vacuum, but also 20%, hey, there's a better Pokemon in Gens 1 through 3, so that's why I put it lower than you want to see it. And other things kind of get weird inside of the game. But, yeah, I'm looking at it. No glaring flaws, right? Unless maybe, you know, one of Nespert's B tier or something stupid like that. I like Gen 4. That's why I like it. This is why I like Gen 4 meta, guys. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.